Yo, legit, this is fucking karma. I'm calling it now. This is karma. We had a fairly weak guild on Monday because it was the start of the season. Now we have a top 100 Chinese guild. Fuck. Okay, well, either way, let's go ahead and get into it. Rimuru, and Mercedes. You're probably going to be thinking, oh yeah, the Ran is the threat, right? Actually, the real Mac Daddy terrorist is the Rimuru. I don't know if it's this Rimuru in particular. We'll find out, because we end up fighting this sumbitch 3 times. But I believe in all 3 times that we fight him, and in this particular combination of units, the Rimuru is stacked like a motherfucker. Yep, this is one of them. That was almost 10k damage through Def Buff on, like, the first hit. Holy fucking shit. And also, none of them are rocking Proof of Valor. So, like, that was initially what I was thinking. Because anytime I see Rimuru on defense, I'm usually expecting, oh yeah, that's going to be Proof of Valor. So, yeah, we should be able to just, we'll whittle that down because they're not going to do too much damage. Nah, this guy went full ham hocks in. I'm going to do some motherfucking damage. So, either way, now that we've managed to get through it, let's talk about it just a little bit. Ran, Mercedes, and Rimuru. I decided to go double Krau for this. And also, I was warned ahead of time. Out of the 3 towers, the 3 big towers that we go into, 2 of the Mercedes are actually going to be rocking injury sets. This is one of them that is not. So, this is like a more standard one. I believe this one is actually rocking counter, because I think we see a couple of counters here and there. But either way, I wasn't prepared for like just how like Hamhawk's wild the damage really was going into me. But thankfully, we were able to deal with the Ran. We didn't see any RNLs. The Rimuru wasn't like going absolutely fucking insane. I mean, he did a lot of damage, but he wasn't really, really detrimental. We had Krau there. He took the hit. RLK did all the backup damage, and Krau, Siegfrieds did the rest. Destina was the anchor. Any heals or reses necessary if we needed it. Now, on to the next fight. So this is something that looking at it initially, I was like, okay, so from that first team, I'm kind of expecting that this Kayron is going to hit like a thermonuclear fucking bomb. Because I've been hit by one of those before. And it was fucking terrifying. Now, spoiler alert now, that actually isn't the case. If anything, this Kayron's kind of disappointing now that I really look at it. So, like, let's see this damage. So going through a little barrier that's like maybe 3. Okay, so, like, that's almost probably like 8 or 9k with no attack buff. So, like, yeah, that sounds kind of normal. Actually, that's kind of decent. So maybe if he were to do that again with his S3 with attack buff, it would actually probably do excessive amounts of damage. But thankfully for us, we have 2 blue units that are going into our Shadow Knight Pyllis. Shadow Knight Pyllis, who is also rocking extra effect resist from the Christy that's on the team. So we're rocking somewhere in the near 300-ish range, if our HP is high enough. So as of right now, yes, it is currently high enough. So yeah, 300-ish range, we're going to be fine. And we also happen to get 15%ed on our first S3 into the Kayron, but then luckily for us, we just go in with a regular S1 and we happen to land a Provoke. Don't you guys just love 15%? It's the coolest fucking mechanic in the game. Ooh woo. Yeah, I hate that fucking shit. But either way, now that the Kayron has actually been incapacitated, he can't really go in with an S3. Like, he just can't. He's no longer really a threat. So after this turn right here, any hit from any unit will kill him. Like, any unit. I could have waited, but it's probably just smart. Hey, just take him out of the game right now. So now all we have left is Lua and Choux. So the one thing that can still go wrong here is the Choux can just, like, you know, proc S1, proc S2 into your Shadow Knight Pyllis, and you could just, like, get absolutely fucking run over. Fortunately for us, we do have a Aureus user, that being that going to be Christy, and we're also just getting hit constantly, so we almost always have Def Buff up. And we're also getting hit just enough with, like, other random hits that the Roana healing is doing exceptionally well. Also, we have enough effect res on the entire team where the Lua is just straight up not affecting me. Which is kind of strange now whenever I really look at it. Because whenever I see a Lua, I always expect them to be like 150 or so effectiveness. So I was at least expecting to see maybe something hit my Christy, maybe something hit my Roana. I don't know, maybe just because not enough runs went through, maybe it could hit me. But either way, this is like a go-to team of just about any time I see Lua, I almost always run this team. Just because Lua is probably one of the most cancerous fucking units in the entire fucking game. Like, I can't fucking stand this bitch. I just can't stand her. Like, there's nothing good about her. But, like, either way, we've managed to deal a significant amount of damage to the Choux. The Choux is pretty much dead on this turn, and now that we just have Lua left, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll spoil you now. We're gonna fast forward just a tad. As soon as we get to the first Shadow Knight Pyllis S3, we'll skip ahead forward pretty much to the end, because whenever all you have left is Lua, she literally can't do anything. She's no longer a threat. Unlike Conqueror Lilias. If you are ever in a situation where you're getting 1v1'd and the Conqueror Lilias is the last one, you can still possibly lose that. It's actually possible, but with, like, Lua, no. Whenever it's down to just her, it's fucking over. So, hey, let's see the other match here. Oh, goody. You guys ready for me to get my teeth broken in? Because that's what's going to happen. So we decided to rock the exact same team with going into this. This is the team that I was actually fearing the most, because, for starters, the speed is all fucked up. Like, the Rimuru is slow as shit. So is the Mercedes. And because we've already done our order of operations, we've done our first Mercedes, this Mercedes is on injury. I came into this knowing that this was going to be injury. So, yeah, you know, when you bring two, you know, HP-based units, which straight up, that is another damage Rimuru. They're all damage Rimurus. Like, to anyone who still actually thinks, like, oh, yo, guys, Rimuru's bad. Fuck off. Rimuru is retarded. It's just like all this other stuff that's in the game now is, like, also stupid. For example, what other units can you really even think of on turn fucking 1 can do minimum 10k damage? I can't think of really any on turn fucking 1 that can do shit like that. But either way, let's go ahead and we'll break this down. So it's Conqueror, Lilias, Mercedes, and Rimuru. So first and foremost, we're dealing with injury. We are on a time limit. So the first thing that has to go has to be the Mercedes. Now, you could make an argument to say that the real threat is actually the Rimuru because of the sheer fucking damage that he's dealing. Like, case in point, he almost killed my Destina right there. And any, like, Magic for Friends proc right around here, cool. Destina's fucking dead. Thankfully for me, that didn't happen. So now we're able to go a little bit more with some more healing, and we should be able to just stabilize, and then we'll go through. Unfortunately, like, we're still taking a hell of a fucking beating from this Mercedes, because I think at one point the Mercedes has attack buff and then, like, just attacks me multiple times. That was the biggest reason why I thought I had to kill her immediately, because she had attack buff, and I do not want to get hit by Magic for Friends S2 or just S2 in general whenever she has attack buff, because if you have injury and you get hit by that, that's fucking 2 attacks. And then if Magic for Friends procs, that's 2 more attacks. So that's 4 fucking attacks, all having injury. No. Fucking no. I don't want to fucking see that shit. So that's pretty much my justification for why I killed Mercedes first. Boy, I love it whenever motorcycles are going off in the background. Fuck you too, pal. But anyway, so now all we have left is Conqueror Lilias and we have Rimuru. But, like, hey, props to this dude right here because he's still not using Proof of Valor. So the big thing that he's doing is the other 2 units are built strictly pure raw dog, my dick is huge damage. And the Conqueror Lilias is just straight up, oh yeah, I'm fast as fuck, boy, what are these? But, like, the big thing that's a threat here is the Rimuru is doing so much fucking damage and getting extra turns in because of the Conqueror Lilias just going so fucking fast. So the big problem then starts to arise where she gets her S2 pretty damn quick, and then she'll just throw that barrier on the Rimuru. It's like around here that I'm starting to actually realize what the Rimuru's HP even is. I thought that this fucker was going to be like a 19k or something. No, it's only 12. Yeah, like, that's just how much damage that this fucker had. He probably had, like, 350 or something. Like, 350 crit damage, maybe even, like, 3k to possibly even 4k attack. But, I mean, it's possible that he just straight up was, you know, maybe a lot of defense, maybe a lot of attack, maybe a lot of crit damage. Who fucking knows? Either way, now all we're left to is just him. And he is still being a massive fucking threat. So I've already resigned to this point of, like, okay, so we're going to lose Destina, we're going to lose Krau. But he's taken enough damage that I should be able to win if he does not kill me. 8k. God, that's fucking scary. And yeah, we were able to pull through. Now, on to this next team. This is probably my favorite team fighting Ran, Lilias, and Senya. One of the teams that I've heard a lot of people actually having trouble with. Now, this does work, but there is always a possibility that shit can go wrong. So, Ran goes first, does his S2, S3. What this does, it procs the entire team to activate all their S2s at once. So, order of operations. Ed uses Rise. Rise hits the entire team, and then that'll get rid of your skill null. This will proc your Rimuru. Rimuru will then go into the Ran because he has a buff and he hit the whole team. So, depending on how much damage you have on your Rimuru, you should be able to kill the Ran. If you do kill the Ran, then you just have an opportunity to go straight into the Senya because all of your CRs have moved down. You should have the turn, and they shouldn't be ready to go in. So then at that point, you either kill the Senya with the S2 from Rimuru, or you kill the Senya with the S3 from Ed. So either way, like this is just kind of how it works. So what can go wrong? Let's just say element disadvantage doesn't fucking work, and then the Ran hits your green unit, your Rimuru, with Def Down. Okay, cool. You have a very, very high possibility of getting killed by one of the remaining units that you weren't able to kill with their S3s. So hey, cool. We get to fight this team again. Except now, we don't have Krau. Fuck. Okay, so here's my plan. Let's go ahead and go in with Troublemaker Crozet and Angelic Montmorancy. Unfortunately, I didn't expect them to be this slow. I really didn't. I didn't expect them to be as slower than like my slow, bulky healers. So because of that, I'm already at a massive disadvantage. I had to use up my my S2 on my Momo because I was attacked down on my Navy Captain Landy, and like straight up, we have taken an absurd amount of damage 6 turns in, and my Troublemaker Crozet is fucking dead. We also haven't gotten a whole lot of counters in. That was like the first one. And of course, every single fucking hit that I deal to this goddamn team, the crit resist works on the right side. How convenient that the crit resist does not work on the left side. So this was where I really kind of like, this is a huge mistake on my part. I thought bringing Navy Captain Landy would work because I was going to initially have a Troublemaker Crozet and then have Angelic Montmorancy as a means of dealing with the Rimuru. And then it was like, okay, so we have one spot left for a third unit. I was thinking about bringing Benimaru, but I was afraid that I would not be able to one-tap the Mercedes or the Rimuru, and because of that, then Magic for Friends would proc, and then I would essentially be fucking dead. That was the biggest reason why I did not bring Benimaru. Now, what I could have done instead, honestly, I probably could have brought Lionheart Sarmia in this. Lionheart Sarmia would have probably been better, because straight up, I'm playing a massive gambling game right now. And the big gambling game is, where the fuck are my goddamn counterattacks? Because I need counterattacks and I need salvos to heal. Because if I don't have any of those things, I straight up can't win. So, naturally, I got enough in at least to S3. And with that, I was able to at least kill the Mercedes once, which is another problem. We weren't able to kill her twice. And we were also able to kill the Rimuru. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get like any counterattacks and salvos. And when you don't have that, you ain't got no fucking sustainability. Whoops! But now, once again, let's look at this same team one more time. So this is Ran, Senya, and Lilias. Now, Ran's going to go first with his S2, S3. This procs the entire team. Thankfully for us, he missed my Rimuru. Now, this sets off the Inferno Khawazu. He gives himself immunity. This also sets off the Lilias. She goes into the Inferno Khawazu. She's immune. Doesn't matter. Rise goes off. Strips the skill null. Then your Rimuru goes. Kills the Ran. So even if that was RNL, it still kills the Ran. You don't have to deal with RNL. That's why I like this team. So if you don't have the damage on the Rimuru, or if you're going into like a really thick, tanky Ran, that is the biggest thing that can possibly go wrong. And if you don't happen to kill the Senya or the Lilias, and you happen to have Death Break on your Rimuru, that's another thing that could possibly happen. Any of those things that happen is like a cause for failure for the team. However, it's not really a cause for failure, like where the whole team shuts down and you just fucking lose. You just lose the unit, and thus, you know how it is in Guild War. If you lose a unit, that's kind of really fucking bad, especially whenever you're fighting defenses that all use the same goddamn defense. Which, yeah, you don't ever really want to see that. But either way, that is the Guild War. My fucking back hurts. But either way, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that Guild War, and yeah, it was a wonderful karma for beating up on a lesser guild from the first day, where we just get a top 100 Chinese guild on the very next guild. Woohoo! Hey, at least it wasn't like Veritas or fucking any of the other top tier ones. This goes to show like how much I don't know the community. Whoever the fuck you other top tier people are, I don't talk to any of you. But another thing I wanted to go ahead and get into real quick. I have been vastly overworked for the past 2 weeks, and I am going to take a small little break. I'm going to take me a nice little 4-day vacation, and I'll try and have this video come out. This one will come out on Thursday, but there will not be a Friday Guild War. I will try to have something else come out for Friday. I'll see if it can work out, if I can manage to get it done in time. If not, well, fuck it. We'll get it done eventually. But either way, I just figured I'd go ahead and let you guys know there's not going to be any Friday Guild War. I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be high as fuck. Chilling, maxing, relaxing. All cool. Shooting some b-ball outside of school. But that's the big thing that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to, I need a vacation. It's time for some rest and relaxation. Get me some good food and just chill the fuck out. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and leave me a like. It really makes me feel like the shit that I do actually matters. And if you want to see more of my content, go ahead and hit subscribe. Hope to see you again soon. Later.